The big house on Maple Street was quiet. Too quiet. But it wasn't the good kind of quiet that comes when children are sleeping. It was the scary kind that happens when everyone is awake at 3 in the morning. Marcus Wellington sat in his huge kitchen, holding a cold cup of coffee. His eyes were red and tired. Dark circles made him look like a raccoon. He hadn't slept well in 6 months. Not since Sarah died. Upstairs, he could hear tiny footsteps. Thump, thump, thump. His 7-year-old twins, Emma and Ethan, were walking around their room again. They did this every night. Never sleeping. Daddy. Emma's small voice came from the top of the stairs. I can't sleep again. Marcus looked up. Emma stood there in her pink pajamas, holding her stuffed elephant. Her brother Ethan was right behind her, dragging his blue blanket on the floor. I know, sweetheart, Marcus said softly. Come here. The twins ran down the stairs and climbed onto Marcus's lap. Even though they were getting bigger, they still fit together like puzzle pieces. Emma smelled like strawberry shampoo. Ethan smelled like the cookies they had for dinner. Why can't we sleep, Daddy? Ethan asked. His voice was so small and sad. Marcus didn't know what to say. How do you tell a 7-year-old that sometimes hearts hurt so much that sleep runs away? How do you explain that their mommy being gone made the whole house feel different? Maybe we should try warm milk again, Marcus said. We already tried that, Emma said. And counting sheep. And the sleepy music. And reading stories. Nothing works, Daddy. She was right. They had tried everything. Marcus had bought the most expensive mattresses money could buy. He hired sleep doctors. He played soft music. He bought blackout curtains and white noise machines. The twins' room looked like a fancy hotel, but it didn't feel like home. The worst part was the nannies. Marcus had hired 7 nannies in 6 months. Each one seemed perfect at first. They had great references. They knew all about children. They promised to help. But then the nights would come. The first nanny, Mrs. Peterson, quit after 3 days. Those children are impossible, she said. They just stare at the ceiling all night. It's not normal. The second nanny lasted a week. She said the house felt creepy at night. The third, fourth, and fifth nannies all quit for the same reason. The twins wouldn't sleep, and the nannies got scared or frustrated or just plain tired. The sixth nanny tried to be mean. She said the children were being naughty and took away their toys. Marcus fired her the same day. The seventh nanny cried every morning. She said she felt like a failure. She quit yesterday. Now Marcus was alone again with Emma and Ethan. 3 tired people in a big, quiet house. I have an idea, Marcus said, even though he was running out of ideas. Let's all sleep in the living room tonight. We can make a fort with blankets. The twins liked this idea. They got pillows and blankets and made a cozy nest on the floor. Marcus lay down between them, 1 twin on each side. But even in the fort, sleep wouldn't come. Emma tossed and turned. Ethan counted to 100, then 200, then lost count. Marcus stared at the ceiling and worried. At sunrise, they were all still awake. That morning, Marcus made a decision. He called the nanny agency one more time. Please, he said to the lady on the phone. I need someone special. Someone who understands children who are different right now. Mr. Wellington, the lady said kindly, I have one more person. Her name is Maya Johnson. She's not like the others. She has a gift with children who are hurting. Send her over, Marcus said. He was desperate. At 2 o'clock, the doorbell rang. Marcus opened the door and saw a woman with the kindest eyes he had ever seen. She was tall and graceful, with dark skin that seemed to glow in the afternoon sun. Her smile was warm like hot chocolate on a cold day. Hello, Mr. Wellington, she said. Her voice was soft and musical. I'm Maya Johnson. Emma and Ethan peeked out from behind Marcus. Usually, they hid when new nannies came. But something about Maya made them curious instead of scared. Hi there, Maya said, kneeling down to their height. You must be Emma and Ethan. I've heard you're very special children. We can't sleep, Emma said quietly. I know, Maya said. That must be very hard. Sleep is important. It's when our hearts rest and our dreams come to visit us. Ethan stepped forward. Do you know about dreams? Maya smiled. I know lots about dreams. And I know some very special ways to help them find you, even when they're hiding. That evening, Maya helped the twins with their dinner, their baths, and their teeth. She was gentle and patient. She didn't get frustrated when Emma spilled juice or when Ethan forgot to brush his back teeth. At bedtime, Marcus expected the usual struggle. He waited for the crying, the walking around, the wide-awake eyes staring at nothing. Instead, he heard something he hadn't heard in 6 months. Silence. Real silence. The good kind. Marcus crept upstairs and peeked into the twins' room. Emma and Ethan were fast asleep in their beds. Their faces looked peaceful and happy. Their breathing was slow and steady. Maya sat in the rocking chair between their beds, humming softly. But the song wasn't like anything Marcus had ever heard before. It sounded old and mysterious, like it came from far away. How did you do that? Marcus whispered. Maya looked up with those kind eyes. Sometimes, she said quietly, children just need to feel safe again. They need to know that love is still here, even when it feels like it's gone. Marcus felt tears in his eyes. For the first time in months, his children were sleeping. Really, truly sleeping. But as he watched Maya in the dim light, humming her strange, beautiful song, Marcus felt something else. A tiny worry in the back of his mind. How had Maya done something that 7 other nannies couldn't do? What was so special about her song? And why did she seem to know exactly what Emma and Ethan needed, like she had known them their whole lives? Marcus shook his head. He was just tired. Maya was a blessing. His children were finally sleeping. Nothing else mattered, or so he thought. For the first time in 6 months, Marcus woke up to sunlight streaming through his bedroom window. He had actually slept through the night. No tiny footsteps. No crying. No Emma and Ethan crawling into his bed at 3 in the morning. He rushed to the twins' room, worried something was wrong. But there they were, still fast asleep, looking like little angels. Their faces were peaceful and happy. Emma was hugging her stuffed elephant tight. Ethan had a tiny smile on his lips. Good morning, sleepyheads. Maya's gentle voice came from the hallway. The twins opened their eyes slowly, like flowers opening in the morning sun. They stretched and yawned, but they weren't grumpy like they usually were after their sleepless nights. Maya! Emma jumped out of bed and ran to hug the nanny. I had the most beautiful dream. Me too, Ethan said, bouncing on his bed. I dreamed about Mommy, but it wasn't sad. She was singing to me. Marcus felt his heart skip. The twins hadn't talked about their mother in months without crying. Now they looked happy about it. Dreams are special messages, Maya said, smoothing Emma's messy hair. Sometimes the people we love visit us in dreams to let us know they're still watching over us. That day was different. Emma and Ethan played together without fighting. They ate their lunch without complaining. They even helped Maya fold laundry, turning it into a fun game. But Marcus couldn't shake the feeling that something strange was happening. That evening, Marcus decided to watch more carefully. After Maya tucked the twins into bed, he hid in the hallway and peeked through the crack in their door. Maya sat in the rocking chair like before. But this time, Marcus paid attention to her song. The words weren't in English. They sounded like African maybe? Or Caribbean. The melody was haunting and beautiful, like water flowing over smooth stones. As Maya sang, she moved her hands in the air, making graceful patterns like she was painting invisible pictures. The moonlight through the window made her hands look magical. Then Marcus saw something that made his breath catch. Maya stood up and walked to Emma's side of the room. With her finger, she drew something on the wall next to Emma's bed. In the dim light, Marcus couldn't see what it was, but it looked like symbols. She did the same thing at Ethan's bed, drawing more symbols on the wall. Sleep now, little ones, Maya whispered. You are safe. You are loved. Sweet dreams will find you. Within minutes, both twins were fast asleep. Marcus felt his heart pounding. What were those symbols? What language was Maya singing in? This wasn't normal bedtime routine behavior. The next morning, Marcus waited until Maya took the twins to the park. Then he snuck into their bedroom to look at the walls. At first, he didn't see anything. The walls looked perfectly normal. But when he got closer and the sunlight hit just right, he could see faint marks. Like someone had drawn with their finger using, was that some kind of oil? Or powder? The symbols looked ancient and mysterious. Some looked like stars. Others like swirling spirals. One looked like a tree with deep roots. Marcus felt scared and confused. Was Maya doing some kind of magic on his children? But then he remembered how peaceful Emma and Ethan had been. How they slept through the night. How they talked about their mother without crying. How they seemed happy again. Still, Marcus needed answers. When Maya and the twins came back from the park, Marcus asked Maya to stay after the children went to bed. "Maya," he said carefully, "I need to ask you something." Maya's kind eyes looked worried. "Of course, Mr. Wellington. What exactly do you do to help the children sleep? I've noticed some unusual things." Maya was quiet for a long moment. She sat down slowly, like someone who knew this conversation would come eventually. "Mr. Wellington," she said softly, "what I do isn't magic, if that's what you're worried about. It's just old knowledge. Things my grandmother taught me. Things her grandmother taught her." "What kind of things?" Marcus asked. His voice came out sharper than he meant it to. "Songs of comfort. Symbols of protection. Ways to help wounded hearts heal." Maya looked directly at him. "Your children aren't just having trouble sleeping, Mr. Wellington. They're having trouble feeling safe. Their little hearts are broken." Marcus felt tears in his eyes. He knew she was right. "The symbols I draw," Maya continued, "they're not magic spells. They're like visual prayers. Reminders that love surrounds them. The songs I sing are lullabies that have helped children sleep for hundreds of years. They carry the wisdom of mothers and grandmothers who knew how to heal hurting hearts." "But why do they work when nothing else did?" Marcus asked. Maya smiled sadly. "Because Emma and Ethan don't just need sleep, Mr. Wellington. They need to feel connected to something bigger than their sadness. They need to feel that love doesn't disappear when someone dies. It just changes form." Marcus wanted to believe her. The twins were so much better. But something still felt wrong about the whole situation. "Maya," he said slowly, "how do you know so much about what my children need? How did you know exactly the right thing to do from the very first night?" Maya's face changed. She looked scared, like someone who had been caught doing something secret. She started, then stopped. I have experience with children who have lost their mothers." But Marcus could tell she wasn't telling him everything. There was something bigger hiding behind her kind eyes. Something she didn't want him to know. "Maya," Marcus said firmly, "I need you to tell me the truth. Of it. What aren't you telling me about yourself? How do you really know what my children need?" Maya stood up quickly. Her hands were shaking. "Mr. Wellington," she said, her voice barely a whisper, "there are some things that are too hard to explain. Some truths that are too painful to share." "Try me," Marcus said. "My children are involved. I have a right to know." Maya looked toward the stairs, where Emma and Ethan were sleeping peacefully. Tears started rolling down her cheeks. "Your wife?" she whispered. "Sarah. What was her middle name?" Marcus felt confused by the strange question. "Rose. Sarah Rose Wellington." "Why?" Maya's whole body seemed to crumble. She sat back down hard, like someone had pushed her. "Oh my God," she whispered. "I thought, but I wasn't sure." "Oh my God." "What?" Marcus demanded. "What about Sarah? How do you know my wife's name? I never told you her full name." Maya looked up at him with tears streaming down her face. "Mr. Wellington," she said, her voice shaking, I think there's something about your wife that you need to know. Something about me that you need to know." Marcus felt his world starting to spin. "What are you talking about?" Maya took a deep breath, like someone about to jump off a high cliff. "Sarah Rose Wellington," she said slowly, "used to be Sarah Rose Johnson. Before she married you. Before she became a Wellington." Marcus felt his heart stop. "Johnson? But that's your last name." Maya nodded, tears still flowing. "Mr. Wellington," she whispered, "Sarah was my little sister." Marcus stared at Maya like she had just told him the sky was green. His mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. Sarah's sister? He finally whispered. Maya nodded, wiping tears from her cheeks. Her big sister. I'm 5 years older than she was. But, Marcus felt dizzy. Sarah never talked about having a sister. She said she was an only child. Maya's face crumpled with pain. We had a fight when we were young adults. A terrible, stupid fight about something that doesn't even matter now. We both said awful things. Sarah moved away and changed her last name back to Johnson, our maiden name, and we stopped talking. Marcus sank into his chair. His whole world felt upside down. I tried to find her for years, Maya continued, her voice shaking. But Sarah Johnson is such a common name. And I didn't know she had gotten married and changed her name to Wellington. I didn't know she had children. I didn't know. She started crying harder. I didn't know she was sick. I didn't know she was dying. I never got to say I was sorry. I never got to tell her I loved her. Marcus felt his own tears starting. How did you find us? By accident, Maya said. 3 weeks ago, I was looking through old newspapers online, trying to find any trace of Sarah. I saw her obituary. Sarah Rose Wellington, survived by husband Marcus and twins Emma and Ethan. Maya looked up at Marcus with red, swollen eyes. I saw the picture and I knew. Even after all those years, I knew my baby sister's face. And when I saw that she had children who had lost their mother just like I lost mine when I was young. So you got a job at the nanny agency? Marcus said, understanding slowly. I had to meet them, Maya whispered. I had to see Sarah's babies. I didn't plan to take the job. I just wanted to see them once, to feel close to Sarah again. Marcus felt angry and confused and sad all at the same time. You lied to me. You've been lying this whole time. I know, Maya said. And I'm so sorry. But when I met Emma and Ethan, and I saw how much they were hurting, I couldn't just walk away. They needed help and I knew how to help them. How? Marcus demanded. How did you know what to do when no one else could help them? Maya smiled through her tears. Because Sarah and I went through the same thing when our mother died. We were 7 and 12. Sarah couldn't sleep for months. She would walk around her room all night, just like Emma and Ethan. Marcus felt his heart skip. What happened? How did she get better? Our grandmother came to live with us. She was from Jamaica, and she knew old songs and old ways of healing broken hearts. She would sing to Sarah in patois. That's the language you heard me singing. She would draw protective symbols on the walls with blessed oil. Maya stood up and walked to the window, looking up at the stars. Grandmother taught me that grief isn't something you get over. It's something you learn to carry with love instead of fear. The songs and symbols, they don't make the sadness go away. They just remind children that they're surrounded by love even when they can't see it. Marcus felt his anger melting away, replaced by understanding. The symbols you drew, they're the same ones your grandmother drew for Sarah? Maya nodded. Sarah loved the tree symbol the most. She said it reminded her that love has deep roots that never die, even when the leaves fall away. Marcus started crying then. Real, deep sobs that came from the bottom of his heart. I miss her so much, he whispered. I don't know how to help Emma and Ethan heal when I'm still so broken myself. Maya came and sat beside him. That's the thing about healing, she said gently. It happens better when we do it together. Children need to see that adults can be sad and still be strong. They need to know that missing someone you love is normal and healthy. Is that why the twins seem so much better? Marcus asked. They're better because they finally feel safe to grieve, Maya explained. Before, they were too scared to be sad because they could see how much their sadness hurt you. Now they know it's okay to miss their mama and still be happy sometimes. Marcus looked at Maya with new eyes. She had Sarah's gentle way of explaining things. She had Sarah's gift for knowing exactly what to say. There's something else, Maya said quietly. Something I found in Sarah's things. She reached into her purse and pulled out a folded piece of paper. It was old and worn, like someone had read it many times. I went to Sarah's grave last week, Maya said. Someone had left flowers there recently, I think. But there was also this letter, tucked under the flowers like someone had left it for her. Marcus recognized his own handwriting on the envelope. It was a letter he had written to Sarah a month after she died, pouring out all his fears about raising the twins alone. He had left it at her grave, hoping somehow she would know how much he needed her guidance. I shouldn't have read it, Maya said. But when I saw it was about Emma and Ethan not sleeping, I knew Sarah had somehow led me to find you. Marcus felt a strange warmth in his chest. You really think that she wanted you to find us? Maya smiled. I think Sarah knew her babies would need their Aunt Maya, even if they didn't know they had one. I think she found a way to bring us together. Just then, they heard small footsteps on the stairs. Daddy! Emma's sleepy voice called. Are you okay? We heard crying. Emma and Ethan appeared in their pajamas, looking worried but not scared. 3 weeks ago, they would have been crying too if they heard adults being upset. Now they looked ready to help. Come here, babies, Marcus said, opening his arms. The twins ran over and climbed onto his lap. Maya started to get up to leave, but Ethan reached out and grabbed her hand. Don't go, Maya, he said. You're part of our family now. Marcus looked at Maya over the children's heads. He's right, he said. I don't understand everything yet, and I'm still a little mad that you didn't tell me the truth from the beginning. But Emma and Ethan love you. And you've given them something I couldn't give them myself. What's that? Maya asked. The ability to remember their mother with joy instead of just sadness, Marcus said. You've helped them feel connected to her again. Emma looked up at Maya with curious eyes. Maya, did you know our mommy when she was little? Maya looked at Marcus, asking permission with her eyes. Marcus nodded. I did, sweetheart, Maya said. Your mommy was my little sister. Ethan's eyes got wide. That means you're our aunt. If that's okay with your daddy, Maya said carefully. Marcus thought about everything that had happened. The lies, yes, but also the love. The deception, but also the healing. The fear he had felt, but also the peace his children had found. Sometimes the most unthinkable thing isn't something scary. Sometimes it's something beautiful that you never dared to hope for. Maya, Marcus said, would you like to stay? Not just as a nanny, but as family. Maya started crying again, but this time they were happy tears. Yes, she whispered. Oh yes, I would love that more than anything. Emma and Ethan cheered and hugged Maya tight. For the first time since Sarah died, the big house on Maple Street felt full of love again. That night, Maya sang her grandmother's lullabies to Emma and Ethan one more time. But this time, Marcus sat in the rocking chair too, learning the words. Learning how to help his children carry their grief with love instead of fear. As the twins drifted off to sleep, Emma mumbled sleepily, I think Mommy sent you to us, Aunt Maya. Maya kissed Emma's forehead gently. I think so too, baby girl. I think so too. Outside, the stars shone bright over the house that was finally, truly a home again. And somewhere, maybe, Sarah was smiling, knowing her babies were safe, loved, and learning to dream beautiful dreams once more.